Hey guys, I have this friend, and no matter what situation is presented to them, whether it's a good one, a bad one, or a neutral one, they react in the same way. Their first response is, well, what if, and they insert something that could potentially bad happen. And that's their first response to everything. Now, I have a couple problems with this. Number one is that generally that comes from overthinking and thinking negatively. And when we overthink things and think things negatively that it will happen, what we think about expands. I believe so. And I think that eventually, when we overthink continuously, it becomes a self fulfilling prophecy. So, in other words, these thoughts that are self constructed of as something bad that might happen are our own responsibility. We create those thoughts. Now, isn't it just as easy to create positive thoughts? I mean, something equally good can happen just as though something bad can happen. I mean, the chances are pretty similar. Or maybe neutral. Maybe it'll just be okay. So that's one thing. The other thing is that say things do turn out well or okay or good. That means that we've just wasted all that present moment rather, and we've taken up space with worry and negative thoughts that could have been enjoyed or even, again, neutral. We've wasted it. We've taken up all that time that we'll never get back. So maybe in the future we don't have to think about, well, what if something bad happens? And I think that's a conditioned response. We've learned to do that. So we can also unlearn it. We can just become a little more aware whenever those thoughts come upon us of something bad that might happen when presented with the situation, instead of kind of dooming ourselves or thinking of the negative possibilities before we even get into a situation, which is also tends to be a deterrent why people don't do things, because they're worried about what might bad happen as opposed to what they'll gain from it. Maybe we could think about, well, I'm not going to think about the bad stuff, but instead think about how grateful you are for the opportunity, and that no matter what happens in this opportunity, I'm going to take it and I'll work it out somehow. Or it'll work itself out. Who knows? They both happen. And I think a lot of the worry, obviously, is really unnecessary. You worry about things that never happen, and we wasted all that time being stressed. So in the future, when you're presented with a situation, as opposed to saying, well, what if, don't be a what if person. Be a, I'm grateful for the opportunity and I'm going to give it everything I got and I'll work it out in some way. Have faith. Till next time, guys, God bless.